So, one of the great things, probably the only great thing so far that I've discovered about having a large circular wall in your house is that when you have a Christmas tree, it looks like you have a whole field of them. There's a certain point where you stand looking at this tree that because it's like a concave surface, that it looks like there's just a ton of Christmas trees. Like you stand right where my wife is standing right now. If you look out on the Christmas tree, it's like there's just a whole field of them. It's kind of cool. It's like an optical illusion. But there's a lot of negatives to having a circular wall in your home as well. First of all, no furniture is circular. So you can't really find any furniture that will actually like fit up against the wall. It's very hard to furnish a circular room. But yeah, if you have a Christmas tree and you want it to look cool at night, circular walls and windows are great. So, we've made some progress this week on the streaming setup. I'm going to show you something here. I'm going to show you something. This is the fisheye lens we talked about on the last stream. And let me tell you, the results were way better than we could have ever possibly expected. I'm going to pull up the camera here and show you guys. There it is. Okay. Get ready for a camera flip. Flippity. Oh, get rid of all that stuff. All right, so that's the camera feed. That's the camera feed. And here is the camera. Look at that field of Christmas trees. All right, so I don't know why I've never thought to use, oh, this is cool. All right, I don't know why I've never thought to use a fisheye lens for a hand cam for typing videos, because it is the best. There's so many cool viewpoints that I've discovered. Look at that. Look how good that looks. No other, so in contrast, I'll switch to a regular webcam. A regular webcam. Pull it down from here. I'll show you how this looks. All right, look how bad this looks. And this is also like 3 times further away. It's very hard to set up an angle on regular. Regular versus, nope, that's another camera. There it is, fisheye lens. I just set it right up next to my hand here. It's perfect. Look at that. You can see every single actuation on my finger and my thumb. From the front as well. There's a lot of cool angles you can get from this. So the plan is, I've got another one of these already in the mail. It shall be here tomorrow. I was hoping it would be here by today. And I'm gonna rig this up so that I have one on the right hand to show it's gonna cast in between my fingers and my thumb here. And I've already set up OBS. Let me see here, OBS. Nope, not the installer. The actual app. There you go. I already set up like a mask. I did all the video tutorials or whatever to set it up. So where you have these 2 circular cameras set up. Where are you? This over here. But anyway, yes, so there's in the bottom right of the screen over here, it'll be a right hand. In the bottom left of the screen over here, it's going to be a left hand. Fisheye lens on both hands. And so on the device, on the CCU here, I need to rig up just a little like kickstand these cameras, they already come with a mounting bracket on the side. And so I just need to rig up a quick little fixture to hold one right here and one right here. And we're gonna be good to go. Check out my CCU in Discord, works great. Nice, love to hear it. I'm also gonna show you guys on stream today. Maybe I'll just bring this, this fisheye lens has a really long cord, so I could probably just carry it over here. This week I finalized. No, I'm not gonna bring the fisheye lens. I'm just gonna bring the camera. Switch here. Switcheroo. And maybe I'll turn on the lights too. So these are the two CCUs that I've built for my kids. We started their official training this week. Very exciting. Knocked off an ornament here. Luckily, not one of the glass ones. So we have my daughter's CCU, just like she told you on stream a few weeks ago. Sparkly, dark pink. Look at those sparkles. Got her name, and then she said she wanted a heart with eyes and a mouth. So there's a heart, eyes and a mouth. And they've been using it every day. And then my son's as well, Lewis. And I just changed I used the same face, but I just changed it from a star from a heart to a star. So they've been doing their practice. And I've been learning a lot as a developer and educator on how I can I can make the training to be more bite-sized or modular. I got some comments here. Give the kids some poor rubber caps. I know that dual color looks cool. Oh, cool idea. CCU base with space for the Sterling key. Yeah, you could have like a little clip-in or something. There's some sort of way to attach the Sterling key onto it to make it wireless. Yeah, that would definitely be possible. That's a cool idea. But yeah, I've been doing some development on CCIO, and we made the Constitution model in particular a little bit more forgiving. Let's pull it up. Let's go ahead and pull it up. I'll pull up even the local build. I think it's still live. Let's see. There we go. Does it? Yeah, so whenever you hit the wrong letter, it automatically turns the input box red now, and then it will automatically backspace after 2.5 seconds, because up to this point in the game, it actually has not even taught you how to backspace. So it's a little bit unfair, I think, to expect the user to be able to backspace and fix their mistakes. And it's also feedback we've gotten is that it's not clear immediately because there's sort of some conflicting priorities. One, this input box is where any command can be typed at any time. So regardless of whether I'm in the middle of a session or not, I can type any of the super commands. Any of these commands here will automatically execute no matter what module you're in, no matter where in your training process you are. But once you master those commands, you execute them anywhere. So we want for somebody to be able to type things without, we don't want the letters to be read because the letters aren't technically wrong, but we also want to be able to notify people whenever they're targeting, say, an F, and they type the wrong letter, it says S there, and then it will backspace it. I hope that makes sense. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling. Had a long day here. .io is better for learning the letters, I think. Adventure is good after you know the letters. Yeah, the technique module and the celerity module is really good in the Adventure CCIO for sure. I guess I am surprised to hear that you say that .io is better for learning the letters. And I hope that the changes that I'm making right now will make it, undisputably, will make CCIO better for learning the letters as well. Did you see my comment on Discord about the CCU paddle caps? They are not in the full cap set to print. I did see your comment, yes. And I took your comment and put it on my to-do list to make sure that I get to it hopefully tomorrow, if not that Monday. So one of the things that I'm doing when I've been working with my kids in the Constitution module, I think I have a tendency as an experienced user to just assume people are further along than they actually should be at any given point in time, that I need to be more forgiving overall. And I think introducing, based on what I've seen, because I do want this software in this product to be usable by a 3-year-old. Introducing all the letters simultaneously, even with the recursion algorithm, it takes too much time to get through it. It is effective, even if you went back to it every day and you were only 3 or 4 years old and you were only getting through a couple letters at a time. It would be effective, but we need to have the goals here to reflect the minimum progress that a person should be making on a daily basis. So I want to take each of these the first module I've decided is just going to be the E and the T. And we're just going to work up maybe 3 or 4 letters each, 3 or 4 letters at a time from there. And the way that I want to do that, maybe I can find it, yeah, here. I'll pull it up. I don't even know what app to open this in. Where's the Windows Photos app or whatever? Whatever, I'll just open it in Photoshop. All right, here we go. Windows Paint, good enough. So here's a world map. And the idea is that you'll be able to navigate with whatever character you have selected. So when you go into the, see a whatchamacallem, they just start out repeating a few of the first levels and then and slowly introduces new letters. Yes, exactly. So whenever you go into the Constitution, whenever you navigate to this space, almost like if you ever played Super Mario World 3, where you have your character and they just sort of jump around to different spots. That's the idea. So whenever you navigate up to a specific module and you go inside of that module, you'll be able to see all the different lessons inside it. And the good thing is we've already got the classes built out. So right now we only have novice, medium, and expert. So novice in the Constitution module here is purely focused on layout learning. So it starts you out with just the 26 letters of the alphabet. But I've decided that's too high of a jump from somebody who's never used it before. So we're just going to start a couple letters at a time. And we'll have different classes, so the way that it works, all of these settings, the words per minute limit, the level limit, which is the number of times you have to master each word, the set, which corresponds to this, all 4 of these settings fall under this, are subsumed by what's called the class. So if I change to medium, if I change any one of these 4 things, it automatically changes the class to custom. So all we need to do to create all those different levels, that more tiered approach, is to create something that's easier than that. So we need to create classes that are level 1, level 2, level 3, up to the point where we actually will get the whole alphabet. But still, as far as the storyline goes, as far as getting the user to the point where they've mastered the alphabet and they're ready to move on to the dexterity module, the novice class will still be the exact same settings that we have it on right now. But yeah, I think it's unfair to assume that somebody is just going to, the first time they've sat down and started using the device, that they're just going to be able to to memorize where all these, even if you have your reference up. Let's connect our device here. If we equip the correct, there we go. So if we have our reference up, to assume they're going to remember where everything is right off the bat, I think is unfair. It's probably going to take like a week for them to actually figure out where that stuff is. All right, going back through the comments here. Sounds good, thanks. They just start out repeating a few letters, introduce. I think that for users who are just starting their CharaChorder device for the first time, CCIO should be very simple. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I'm aiming to do here. I think if I can get it to the point where my 3-year-old can use it, then it's safe to say that it's for anyone. That if you can accomplish at least one goal a day, if you can fill out your chart here and keep your streak going at least one goal per day, you can move up one class per day, just master a couple letters per day, then it should be usable and learnable by everyone. Because a lot of people, I think, get intimidated when they're starting out. Minimal UI so that it isn't overwhelming, and it should only show you the letter training and layout to help. Yes, intentionally, we want people to actually find the letters on the layout rather than just highlighting it for them. And we only show a hint whenever it's been, even like the auto backspace. There's a 2.5 second threshold where people have to get through all of that before we even show them, because they ideally they should know how to backspace by themselves. So yeah, major changes to the Constitution module. Another thing that we did is that instead of just the like the slicing sound you played, can you guys hear that? Sorry, I'm eating popcorn. We just had a movie night for my birthday. It's my birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, me. We watched K-pop Demon Hunters with my daughter. She loved it. We've been listening to the songs around, so she knew all the songs. It was the first time she's seen the movie. But yeah, so the sound that it makes when it slices like this, whenever you hit the wrong letter now, it plays like a whiff sound. So the whole concept of the game is that the CharaChorder is a weapon that creates, whereas most weapons are weapons that destroy. So every time your character slices their weapon, it creates a letter. But whenever you hit the wrong letter, then it makes like a whiff sound, as if you like missed your target. So this right here, this item that you equip, and the more physical devices you plug in, the more you have available based on our whole product line. Those are the weapons you equip, and that changes the animations of your character here in the key staff. And then after you progress through the Constitution module, then you start to practice typing entire words through the Dexterity module. Oh, here's a tutorial playing. This is the first time it's been opened in this memory setting. Can I zoom out a bit? Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. Because this camera is all up in my face. Okay. Cool. Let's do a dexterity session. Let's go. So you're actually, the dexterity session is designed for people that haven't yet learned to chord. So I'm kind of cheating the system here, but it's also designed so that people that already know how to chord can just chord, because once you know how to chord, not chording is basically impossible. It feels very like painful to do. So I wanted to make sure the game never requires you to not chord if you know chords already. So there we go. That was a quick blow through, quick breeze through of the dexterity module. After first time doing it, obviously, it would take you a lot longer to get through all those words. Which again is why I have to calibrate, not based on my own experience and speed, but based off of a 3-year-old. I think is a pretty good calibration point of where these modules should really realistically be designed, so that they're universally acceptable, even by excuse me, even usable by a 3-year-old is kind of the baseline I'm finding with my kids. My son, as a 3-year-old, is still, like, my daughter's great. As a 4-year-old, I think developmentally, the human brain is prepared to do this type of training if properly motivated. Our 3-year-old, like, he's on the fence. I think I wouldn't recommend everyone starting their 3-year-olds learning this type of thing. I think the fact that he idolizes his older sister and sees his older sister doing it has a lot to do with the fact that he can even sit down and apply himself to it. Probably my daughter a year ago, as a 3-year-old, if I were to sit her down by herself and try and teach her to do this, it would be a lot more difficult. So I think that has a lot to do with it. 4 to 5 years old, I think, is the age that realistically any child could and should start learning to use an input device like this. And I hope CCU will help to open up the doors for more and more people to try it. Yeah, there's a big element of the CCU that I believe has a big opportunity and a large potential to appeal to an educational STEM audience. People that are not necessarily even sold on the hardware or the system yet, but just want to build something cool and have a 3D printer. The fact that for under $100 that you can leverage your own capital goods, your 3D printer, to make all the parts and to customize it to your own body and your own aesthetic. And then once you get your hands on it, once you're able to try it, after you do that, I think there's a lot of people that are gonna just aren't gonna be able to go back. That are gonna try and say, "Whoa, yeah, this is way better than typing. Why would I ever use a keyboard again?" But yeah. So we've got the new fisheye lens coming in tomorrow. If we can get this dual split setup to put one on each hand, probably. Man, I can't get this bug out of my throat. I'm gonna get some water. Excuse me. So next week, the plan is to have both of the fisheye lenses set up, split one on each hand, and we'll set up CCIO on the main screen here. We'll stream from the computer rather than streaming from my phone like we'll do now. And we'll do some, maybe we'll do some live chat. We'll mine some care like we used to in the good old days here on in the live CCIO chat. Cool. All right. I guess that's it for today's stream. It'll be a shorter one than usual. But thanks for those that joined. Hey, Lyndon. It's been a while, man. How you doing? Will all cosmetics be random pulls, or are there plans for a shop where we can choose specific items? I think I like the lottery type system. Happy birthday. Thank you. I like the lottery style system. That was inspired by I've never played it. There's some Roblox game it's like a Farmville style game. And they have a lottery style system that seemed to really help with engagement. And so that's why I implemented it. That was what inspired it. And I like the idea of like right when you get started, pretty much every item you get will be a new item. And then it'll take once you're dedicated and you've been playing the game a while, getting those few rare items that you like filling that last 10% will be a lot more difficult and take a lot more attentiveness than the previous 10%. I think is a good structure, a good curve to set up that keeps players motivated and wants them to keep coming back for more. So the plan is to keep the lottery system, but I've been also thinking about creating a separate currency, one that isn't just for points that can be mined on the public ledger, but something that you can mine through your training as well. I think the integrity of care as a legitimate currency is important to be kept on a public ledger, but that we could have a less legitimate in-game currency like most games have that only rewards you for training by yourself, that you could use in different ways for in-game items only, but not for any items that affect anything other than cosmetics. But yeah, I'll give some more thought to that. Thank you for that feedback. Good job on the design. Excited for the CCU. Thank you, Lyndon. Thank you very much. Always good to hear from you. What time is it in the Philippines right now? I forget, I guess it must be, it's probably early there, huh? It's probably early in the morning. What are you doing down here? Come here. (10:31 a.m.) Yeah, so you're 13. Can you be 13? I guess you're 11 hours. 11 hours off of us. Belated Merry Christmas news. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's to you too as well, Lyndon. What about special cosmetics for the speed-related Discord rules? Hey-o. Special cosmetics for so right now we don't have any user cosmetics as far as like the way the Discord does it, changing the color of your username, changing the color of your messages, things like that. Within the public chat on CCIO, we have shiny chords, but we do have a replay function where whenever you click on someone's message, you can see not just what they typed, but you can see how they typed it. You can see every single letter on CCIO. So let's do that. Let's do that right now, real quick, before we sign off. So we'll go into our chat here. Sign into our. Is it even gonna work? Oh, it's local. Wait, it should still work. It's loading. We don't need to do that. But once you log in and you're on the chat room in CCIO, there's a button that looks like a repeat where you can see every message somebody typed and every letter that they typed it. We want to make sure that all of the environmental variables, the background, the characters, the equipment, the bolt-ons, all of the items that affect the aesthetics and the animations of you typing in CCIO are reflected from the person that typed it. So you can sort of share your skin in a way. And I guess for speed related Discord roles like the hyper cerebral, hyper or supersonic, we could also, yes, create unlockables and roles on CCIO that are specific to reaching various milestones in each of the training modules. So maybe there's a special item, a VIP item for reaching a certain, for passing the expert level in Constitution, for passing, for mastering 200 sentences or whatever in your technique module, and so on and so forth. So they'll all be dependent on the different training modules. CCIO chat should display what CC device somebody's using next to their name. Yes, so it would show the weapon that they have equipped at the time they're typing it. So you can choose, but also the weapons are only unlockable if you actually own the physical device. The only way to unlock, for instance, a CC2 or a Master Forge in CCIO is by plugging in your physical device and clicking that connect button. That technology, that implementation already exists within the site. But once you've unlocked, say if you own 4 different CharaChorder devices and you unlock them all, then you can select whichever one you want to equip at any given point in time, even if you are using another device. It's not possible for us to detect which device is plugged in at the time somebody is typing. Because somebody might have, say, a CharaChorder Lite and a CharaChorder 2 plugged into their computer at once, and the website can't tell which of those devices you're plugging into or that you're typing on at any given point in time. Not that it's important for us to know that. But yeah, so we made some good progress on CCIO this week. I'm super excited about this new dedicated workstation for my kiddos to train on. And it's one of my resolutions for the new year is to keep up their daily training regimen this year. Maybe belt colors tied to speed milestones. Yeah, like you become a black belt in Constitution, or you're a brown belt in intelligence or celerity. Yeah, that would be cool. Like something similar to the proven models in our mixed martial arts. Very good. All right. Well, I will wish you all another happy new year. And we're going to keep these streams going every single week. Next week will be the first week that I'll be streaming from the computer rather than from my phone here. And we'll keep it going every single week until the whole world can type at the speed of thought.